Hey everyone, welcome back to Buick Outdoors. If you're new here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today I'm joined by my boy Rocky. And tonight we're going to be having a bit of a guy's trip. We're going to be tenting it out in the woods. Well, me and Rocky here, we've been walking around in the bush here for a little while, just checking this place out. It's beautiful, wide open areas, but there's a lot of downfall trees and stuff. But we found a nice little spot where there's a bit of a clearing, so we packed in all of our gear, and we're going to be setting up our tent, building us a fire, cooking a little bit of food, and just enjoying the evening together, just me and myself and my dog. But anyways, guys, I'm going to clear a little bit of this brush away and stuff like that, and then we're going to get to setting up the tent. So this stuff here will make a great little fire starter. And then this is also where we want to set up our tent. So I don't want these branches hitting the side of the tent. So make dual use of these. Get them out of the way for the tent. And also start a fire with them. There we go. Clear some of this stuff out of here. Yeah, buddy. Now, I'm going to be honest with you with this tent. I don't really have high hopes for this thing. It's pretty well the cheapest tent you can buy off of Amazon. I want to say it was like 50 bucks. And all it said was a two-person festival tent. So, we're here to try it out. Well, that don't look too bad. Yeah, something like that. I don't know about you, but that kind of looks like a tent. I think that'll work pretty good. Alrighty. Just zipped up. That didn't work at all. Too late. Mountain Warehouse Festival 2 is what it's called. Hey, look at that. We finally got a name on her. Give those guys some credit. They made a half-decent tent for such a cheap little thing. There we go. Now just gotta stake her into place, I guess. A couple of roots and stuff I don't want to be laying on. That looks about right. Well, we got the tent set up. We got all the stakes somewhat in the ground. The ground's still extremely frozen right now, so some of them like this, I pushed until it was digging into my hand. I can only get it like maybe an inch into the ground, so we'll just kind of deal with what we got. Sure, it won't be all that bad. Today, I'm cheating a little bit though. I brought one of my little self-inflating air mattresses. These things are handy to have. Open up your little valve there. The foam, as it kind of opens back up, is supposed to suck air in. But I get pretty impatient and I just start blowing it up. There we go. That little bit of foam and air makes just a massive difference when you're sleeping on the ground. It elevates you just slightly to get off the cold ground, and then also just that little bit extra comfort underneath you. Oh, it goes a long ways. Now I just gotta grab my sleeping bag, throw that in there, and then yeah, we're pretty well set up for the night. I'm sure everybody's seen this sleeping bag before now. If you're regular to the channel, you've definitely seen it more than once. Pretty well all the stuff that I use too, you guys. You know, it's nothing fancy or special. This was bought at Canadian Tire. That inflatable air mattress foamy thing, bought at Canadian Tire. This was bought off Amazon for, I think, I want to say 50 bucks, but maybe 80, somewhere around there. Less than $100 anyways. So like all this stuff, down to my jacket, Canadian Tire, my pants is Northbound Gear. You know, like all of this stuff, it doesn't cost a fortune at all. Everything right here, you know, 50, 50, 100. So we're looking at like 200 bucks. Jacket was like 50, pants were 100. Like right here, absolutely everything on me right now was like 300 to 400 bucks. And like, you know, I'm out in the woods enjoying a day with my dog. You know, I'm really trying to push and show you guys that you don't need all the fancy gear. You can buy cheap stuff off of Amazon, and so far, surprisingly, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I'll let you know after spending a night in it, especially if the wind keeps blowing and if it rains on us. But like, for right now, I would have no problem whatsoever going back onto Amazon and buying one or two more of these. But anyways, that's my little rant, just trying to get more people out in the woods. And also too, this isn't a campground. I'm down the back road and I was looking through the trees and it said, hey, right there looks like a clearing. I walked in, it wasn't quite a clearing, but a few more yards in, I found this spot and here we are, camping. So please guys, you know, don't make the excuses that you can't do this, because trust me, you definitely can. But anyways, I gotta finish getting my bed set up. And just like that, we got our tent all set up. So we got the tent and our bedding in there. Couldn't have done it without my boy Rocky. Hey, he's the #1 tent setter upper. Hey buddy. Yeah, good boy. So now we got everything set up pretty well. Start running around here. Now we're gonna start collecting some firewood, get a fire going, sit back and relax with my dog, and enjoy the afternoon. Eventually we're gonna start cooking up some supper. But anyways guys, I'm gonna get to collecting firewood. Right here, should we get a fire going, my friend? Here, let's get this stuff over here nice and close. Alrighty, bud. Ready for fire, my friend? Well, even though everything on the ground is pretty well drenched still, we can still get a pretty good fire going with all these nice dry spruce limbs. So one nice thing about being in this country is these things are usually just everywhere. It doesn't take much to get you a nice little fire going. You'll just get yourself a good handful of these all broke up and ready to go. And I like to have a second pile that I can throw on top of this one as soon as that one starts to light. So I'll put my second pile over here. There we go. That should do the trick. If not, no big deal. Just gotta do it again. First pile's going. Get your second pile, throw her on there. And just like that, you pretty well have a fire. Well, I've been sitting around the fire here for a little bit now, just kind of enjoying the peace and quiet and the crackle of the fire and all that good stuff. Rocky there, he's been just running around, cruising like a maniac. There's a bunch of squirrels in these trees and squirrel caches everywhere, so he's just chasing them from tree to tree. And then a little bit ago, he was way over there. I don't know how far he went, but it took him a while to come back when I started calling him. So, yeah, these squirrels, they definitely are keeping him busy. He's staring. He's staring at one up a tree there now. But, yeah, Rocky there, you know, he's really enjoying himself out here. Getting afternoon away from the girls and all the cats and stuff like that at the house. And he gets to be a dog. Hey, buddy. There's a couple of squirrels up in here, and he's just going nuts after them. But, yeah, anyways, that's enough about that. I'm going to cut down a little willow tree here, and then carve myself up a little hot dog stick. And I've got some smokies to cook. So we will meet you guys back over at the fire. If there's any of you guys that are kind of worried or concerned about me cutting down a green willow out here, don't be. These things are literally the weeds of the north. Back when we had our trap line, we'd go in pretty well every summer with weed whackers with like the brush cut attachment, chainsaws, axes, hatchets, and we would clear out our snowmobile trails. And pretty well almost every time we did it, it'd be good for maybe about a year or two. And then after that, it seems like the willows almost grow back twice as thick, twice as strong, and are twice as hard to get rid of. Even in my yard, I have a couple of willows that were kind of leaning into my driveway. So I snipped them off at the bases And 2 years later, now I got like 4 willow bushes growing out of that one base that I cut. So that was a big mistake. But well, the only thing that'll kill willows is a extremely potent herbicide, or I guess if you mulch the roots up or something. But yeah, this one here that I just broke off over there, next year for sure, if not this year, there'll be a new one growing out of there. So like, it's not a big deal whatsoever to cut yourself up a little hot dog stick for some smokies. Smokies that I got today, I picked them up from Butcher Block, and I want to say they're some funky thing, like chili and cheese smokies or something like that, but whatever, we'll give them a try and see how they work. Anyways, there's my hot dog stick. Now it's time to get to cooking. Check this thing out. They said it was chili cheese smoky, and man, I'm telling you, it smells just like chili. It smells really, really good. But we're just pulling it off the fire here, so I'm gonna let her cool down here for a couple of minutes, and then I'll let you guys know how this thing tastes. Anyways, so far it smells good. A bunch of cheese in it, so I mean that's got to be a good thing, right? Nothing wrong with cheese in a smoky. But what the heck, let's try a bite here. You know, those guys down at Butcher Block are onto something there. Butcher Block in Fort St. John, you guys. That's a pretty good smoky. It shouldn't be good though. I feel like a fat kid eating this, you know, chili cheese smoky. Oh, it is good though. Well, I'm glad I brought more than one. I honestly brought 4. I'll for sure probably eat 2 or 3, and then 1 will be for the dog. But Rocky also has all of his dog food there too. But yeah, I'm gonna kick back, relax, enjoy my smoky, eat a couple more, and then yeah, I'll see you guys back in a minute. Well, me and Rocky here, we got our supper in us there. I bowed down there, bowed out at 3 smokies. I couldn't do 4, but I know Rocky, he was sure happy that I brought a 4th one. I cut that all up for him, threw it into his dog food, and he's a pretty happy puppy now. But now it's time to just sit back and relax by the fire with the dog. Slowly wait for nightfall to come, and then maybe have myself a cup of tea, and just relax and enjoy this evening. Well, now that supper's over, I couldn't quite finish 4 smokies. I had 3 and busted 1 up for Rocky there. Set it up into his dog dish with the rest of his food. So now I'm gonna make myself a nice little cup of tea. Another little Amazon find are these things here, the little pocket stoves. They are extremely handy to have around. I've even used it in the house when power went out once. Made myself a cup of noodle soup. They're pretty nifty little things. They unfold and they go on top of these butane propane fuels. This one here, little arms fold out. It's pretty nifty. There we go. My chair isn't exactly level though. There. Let that go for a bit. Boil up my tea water. We'll have a drink. There we go. A couple minutes later, got a nice cup of water boiling. Pull out my tea bag. And I even got these little things of honey. I don't have a spoon or nothing like that on me, but I do have a stick. Next to a dog, a stick is a man's best friend. There we go. Let that steep for a few minutes. Then I'll have a nice little hot cup of tea to enjoy tonight by the fire. And there we go. Got myself a nice hot cup of tea sitting by the fire here with my buddy, old Rocky boy. He's enjoying his time running around in the trees. We both got a belly full of food and just enjoying the silence and enjoying, well, mostly silence. There's a couple of squirrels running around, but that's all part of being out in the bush. You know, it's just one of those noises that you just grow to love. But yeah, now it's time to sit back, relax, and do absolutely nothing. Just sit here in each other's company. He'll get some pets. I'm gonna enjoy my tea, and yeah, we'll see you guys as we're tucking into bed here for the night. Alrighty, you guys. Well, we're slowly getting all settled in for bed here. Rocky, he's cuddled right up beside me. Then on the other side of me, I got the old 4570 in case we have any bad neighbors tonight. But we're getting all settled in here. Gonna have a good night's sleep. And yeah, see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, everyone. Me and old Rocky boy here. We survived the night in the tent. Nice little beautiful evening. No wind, no rain. It was just an awesome night. Unfortunately for us though, this morning there's a bunch of clouds coming in. It looks like it's gonna rain. So it's time to pack up all of our stuff here, make our way out to the truck, and head home. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that little like button down in the corner. Leave us a comment or two. Let us know if you went out camping. Also subscribe to the channel. Anyways, guys, catch you on the next one. Good buddy. Good boy.